Okay, so today I am going to tell you about the formation of standing waves on a transmission line. Now, as you can see the diagram, here you see that we have a source here, and here we have a transmission line, and here is the load ZL. If ZL is not equal to Z0, Z0 is the characteristic impedance of the line, then what happens? The signal which is traveling down the transmission line, when it reaches the load end, due to mismatch, a part of the signal gets reflected back from the load and travels back to source. This is due to impedance matching if ZL is not equal to Z0. So on a transmission line, at any particular instant of time and at any place, we have two waves. One is the incident wave and another is the reflected wave. So both the waves are traveling on the line. So obviously the incident wave and the reflected wave will superimpose on each other, and there will be interference between the two waves. Now at any one particular point on the transmission line where the two waves are in phase, there the resultant amplitude will increase. For voltage, same thing is applicable for current. Now, and whereas at other place on the transmission line where the incident wave and the reflected wave are out of phase at any particular point on line, then there the resultant amplitude will decrease. So like this you will get increasing and decreasing values of amplitudes of the waves. So this gives rise to standing waves. Why they are called standing waves? Because incident wave is moving forward, reflected wave is moving backward, so resultant the wave is not moving. Yes, of course there is a relative matter here, because if more is incident and less is reflected, so resultant will not be a perfect standing wave. So it depends how much is there. Yes, if incident and reflected both are perfect, both, if there is a perfect reflection, full reflection, then incident and reflected waves have the same amplitude, so we get a perfect standing wave. So where we are getting maximum, that is called antinode, and where we are getting minima, that is called node of this standing wave. So that is the physical explanation. And one more important point to be noted, that in this standing wave that is created, the distance between two maxima is always lambda by 2, and also the distance between two minima is also lambda by 2. Another important point to be noted, the more is the amount of mismatch, the more severe is the standing wave. Suppose the mismatch is very severe. This happens in open and short circuited load. So in open and short circuited load, the mismatch is maximum, so a standing wave is more severe. Okay, standing wave will be more severe, whereas if the mismatch is less, standing wave may not be so severe, it may be like this. And if it is a perfectly matched, then it is flat. I am talking only the amplitude, but remember it is a time varying signal, it is a wave. This what I have shown, this is the peak value, otherwise it will keep on fluctuating. At next instant of time it may go down. Suppose initially the wave is like this, initially the wave is like this is the maximum. In the next instant of this is positive, this is negative, again this is positive. In the next instant of time, then it will become minimum. In the next instant of time it will become minimum. At one particular time it will become 0. Then in the next instant of time it will start, but in opposite way, which this one was, means it at one instant of time it has become 0, then at the next instant of time again it will start rising, but with opposite polarity. At first where it was plus, it will now become minus, and the next will become plus. So again it will start rising and it will reach the maximum value, then again it will start decreasing 0 and again it will start with opposite polarity.